from the industry through the community right into your home. It's the Green Room, and we're on. What's going on, everybody? It's Les from Cannabis Wiki. We are here with our award-winning cannabis social influencer, also best-selling author with over 2 million Facebook followers and over 130,000 Instagram followers, our North American cannabis flower, your Jackie Childs.
Hey, guys. Welcome to the Green Room.
What's going on?
I'm home.
I know.
From sunny Arizona to the snow.
I missed you.
I love when you have to say things like that. I missed you.
I do.
Because
you brought the heat.
It was a good time. I wish you guys were with me. But I made some great connections. So next time, you guys, Green Room's coming.
Good. How was family?
Thank goodness I smoke weed.
It is a good thing at times. Family is good, but you know what? When you spend too much time, because I was supposed to be in Trinidad to go see some of my family for Carnival this year, and I had to pass this time
and stay in the snow.
Yeah, there's lots of work to do. Work's got to be done. But today we got a good show.
Did you just drink that, or you just hold
No,
it?
I was gonna. I got excited for our guest that's gonna be on the show today.
We have a good show today.
Yes,
good guest.
Yes, we do.
So,
it is Trang from TREC Brands.
From TREC Brands.
Yes.
They've been winning a whole bunch of awards too. I think Cannabis and Lift and Leafly or whatever. I don't know. We'll
Canadian
have to ask.
Cannabis Awards. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That was the first time I actually met Trang.
We've crossed paths a few times as I'm gathering up my awards. I think they are too.
All right. Well, guys, just give us a minute. We're gonna get locked and loaded here, and then we'll be introducing our special guest. Do you want to know how cannabis can help with chronic pain? From MS to surgery rehab or arthritis? Or how cannabis can help with some mental health illnesses like depression, anxiety, insecurity? Maybe you just want to know about cannabis itself. Then Cannabis Wiki is a cannabis website that teaches you, guides you, and will provide you the latest cannabis news, showcasing many shows about cooking with cannabis, or an up-close look sitting down with cannabis industry professionals. If you're looking to broaden your cannabis knowledge, please visit cannabis.wiki to learn more. Welcome back, everybody. It's Les from Cannabis Wiki. I'm here with my magnificent partner who just came back from
Arizona. It sucked. You guys didn't miss much.
You see, we got Budsy here.
Yeah, Budsy didn't go to Arizona though.
Our official homie.
Yeah, Budsy hung out with Anita. That's what we'd said.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So, cannabis influencer.
Okay, yeah,
we had some good
yeah.
times.
Nice. Well, guys, I'd like to introduce you to our special guest today on the Green Room. We have Trang from TREC Brands, the co-founder and CEO. Trang, what's going on?
Hi, guys.
Hello. Welcome
Thank
to
you
the
so
Green
much
Room.
for having me.
Oh, man, thank you for taking the time. We know you're a busy lady.
Yeah, aren't you headed somewhere today?
I am. I'm headed to Montreal this afternoon for some work.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be out there?
I'm actually going to stay the weekend and spend some time with some family as well. It's not sunny Arizona, but I'll be there until Sunday.
That's all right. You do any skiing or anything like that?
Just say no.
I do, but not this time around. I'm actually looking for more of a self-care trip after the work today. Hitting up, is the spa there? Boda Boda. I think that's where we'll be going, and a couple of spin classes, and just trying to relax this weekend.
Fun. Some spin classes to relax.
Well, you're an avid spin goer. We know this, and you use cannabis for your rehab, like your.
That's correct. Yeah. So CBD, I think, has been has helped me tremendously in, I guess, with muscle recovery and getting me back into the gym more quickly versus spending days being sore.
Awesome.
Are you a patient? Are you a cannabis patient or?
No, I'm a recreational user and just trying to test dosing and whatever works for my body, doing that all on my own.
Oh, cool. How did you find your way to TREC?
So prior to TREC, I worked at Deloitte in M&A consulting, where I covered the retail, life sciences, and naturally led into the cannabis sector. I covered, as you know, a couple years ago, the M&A space was astronomical, many deals in the cannabis sector. So I was fortunate enough to work on a few of the big deals in the industry. And one of them actually led me down to Jamaica, and where I got the opportunity to set up a vertically integrated company for a client end to end, all the way from grow in the Blue Mountains, all the way through to consumer retail experience at their first flagship store in Kingston, Jamaica.
So that was your first time doing that?
What's that?
That was your first experience doing that?
That was my first experience doing that. Correct.
Can you say who the client was? What the company is in Kingston?
Yeah, so it was Epicam, so the retail store there, amazing flagship, and now they've actually expanded into a few of the other resort areas as well.
Good for you. Yeah, we know Epicam, huge.
They're amazing. Yeah.
So what was that like? That had to have been a huge workload.
It was a big undertaking, but also a lot of fun. I was able to meet a lot of great people, learn a lot about the cannabis business. I feel from grassroots of where in Jamaica they call it ganja, so where it actually was, started, and also got to work with amazing people within the industry. I was able to bring down Shopify with me and Ample Organics. And it was the first time that either of our companies, Deloitte, Ample Organics, or Shopify, was entering the Jamaican market for cannabis. So it was like really nice to work together with all the teams that came down.
I'm sure that was quite an experience because we're a little different than Island Time, right? We have deadlines and timelines, and we're a little bit focused.
Yeah, tell me about it. I think the guys always made fun of me, especially the store owners. This little Asian girl, she keeps coming in here and telling us what to do and meeting all these timelines. We don't get it.
Yeah, timelines. I've done this.
We came to a good working relationship by the end of it.
A happy medium, right?
Exactly.
Well, they're extremely successful, and everyone knows who they are in the industry. That's for sure. So I'm sure it was a happy ending.
Right, no doubt. So here's something I would like to understand. What is an M&A lens?
So mergers and acquisitions.
Okay.
So that lens was really helping companies, whether they're looking to acquire another company or a company is looking to be bought. So really helping companies with their due diligence and figuring out their business plans and their strategy in how they grow or sell their business.
Okay. Now, you've taken that to TREC Brands and applied it there. Is that
correct? So in doing that, I was able to see a lot of the business processes end to end, and also met a lot of great players within the industry, especially in Canada. I think the other opportunities that I got to work on was really setting up the distribution for a couple of the provinces as well. Okay. So I had a few projects within BC, Alberta, and Ontario. So just being able to see how sales and distribution worked within the provinces, which is very different province by province, really helped create a company like ours where we mainly focus on sales and marketing.
Right. So how long's TREC been around?
TREC started January 1st, 2019. So we are a little over 1 year old. Okay. And we oversee 3 recreational brands right now. So we started with Wink Cannabis. We've got Blist, which is our women-friendly brand. And then we recently launched with Thumbs Up brand, which is our brand that focuses on helping with the conversion from the gray market into the legal channels. And to do that, the price needs to be right. The strains need to be right. They need to be popular strains that users generally are used to in the gray market. So that's the focus of our third brand.
What's some popular strains?
I would say that we've actually put a lot of strain hunters branded strains under our Thumbs Up brand. So anything with lemon in the name seemed to do very
Lemon
well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look out for white lemon, super lemon haze, and I think that those are some that we are very much looking forward to introducing into the markets. They're out in Alberta, but not in Ontario yet.
Well, seeing how you're talking about strain hunters,
Yes.
our CEO is a bit of a connoisseur, and I know that the strain hunter has a Congolese line. Is that correct for Wink?
Yes.
Now, we definitely like to sample that.
Oh, I mean, we could definitely share with you. Maybe we can get together. I'm sorry I couldn't make it out today, but if we can get together sometime, let's have a friendly joint together.
Yes.
What's your
totally
favorite?
agree.
What's your favorite to smoke?
I'm biased, but I would definitely say the Wink #1, which is our Super Congo Haze. Also comes from Strain Hunters.
Yes, that's the exact one I was talking about.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you
Yes.
mean?
Yeah. And that was our first product that we put out into the market end of June 2019.
Is this your dream job?
This is my dream job. It has been so fun building a business. I would say the platform that Deloitte provided me gave me all the foundation and the tools to do this. And I would say that every day I wake up so motivated and so excited. And it's definitely because of the people that are part of the team, which is where I met Lester for the first time during the Lipton Co Awards when we won the Employer of the Year award. And Lester, you got the chance to meet my team members as well. And I would say that is really my most favorite part of the job.
Yeah, well, let's tell everybody what TREC stands for, because that's a big part of the company.
So TREC, when we first, for me to leave Deloitte, and it was like a very promising career partner track to.
I can't believe they let you go.
It was a tough sell. It was very important to me that I started and helped start a different type of cannabis company, and one that was really driven from values first. Mm-hmm. So TREC stands for our values: trust, respect, equality, and compassion. Mm-hmm. And those are values that drive our business decisions day in and day out, internal and external. And the other part of our business that I'm really proud of is that we give 10% of our gross profits back to the communities that we operate in. And I think that this is also important for all new business owners, no matter what sector you're in, is that your business is only as good as the community that supports it. So I think it's very important to give back.
So that being said, let's talk about, there was 4 groups that were awarded that 10% this year.
Correct. So we had 4 main groups, but we actually gave to 10 different charitable organizations. Damn. And the way the program works is that we are the custodian of the 10%. Our consumers get to choose and tell us where they want us to direct the money. Every Thursday, we have a social media campaign over Instagram called Cause Thursdays. So at Wink Cannabis, at b.bliss, and at thumbsup.brand, and at TREC Brands, where we canvass our followers where they would like to see the money go to. So last year, our consumers told us there were 4 main causes: one around women empowerment, around climate change, cannabis amnesty, and also local arts. So the 4 organizations that our consumers helped us come up with was under women empowerment, it was Dress for Success. Under climate change, it was Evergreen. Under cannabis amnesty, it was Cannabis Amnesty Canada. And then local arts, it was House. But then we had 6 other organizations where we did work with throughout the year as well.
Nice. I like this. I mean, I think all the cannabis companies should have this, right? We have to give back to the communities that support us.
That's
and the
why
ones that were
here.
The ones that were here before us, right? To recognize them and acknowledge. I love this.
Thank you. And I think it's also what our consumers demand. And in our generation today, I think that consumers are always looking, if they're to compare two products on the shelves, if one product has a social good give back strategy with it, I would say in our generation, that is generally the one that they would go for.
Right.
And perhaps I'm biased. That's like what I would go for.
Definitely.
But I also think that it is very important to listen to your consumers and to create programs that they would like to see.
What are your thoughts on packaging in the industry?
Nice question.
Oh, packaging. I think that it's wasteful at the moment, and I think that as an industry we could definitely do better, and I think we are pushing to get there. I think that I don't know with our current listeners, it's just to pass any packaging through the Health Canada system takes time and money. So I think originally a lot of LPs and brands, including ourselves, would go to a catalog of what has already been approved. And also you have to make sure that there's the child resistant, the CR component as well. And so for us, we are continually innovating and looking at ways to find more sustainable packaging, but it definitely is a point that we are looking at trying to improve on.
Is hemp possibly coming in the future, a hemp packaging?
I think there are some companies that use it right now currently, and it is on our roadmap and radar, and we are looking into that for sure.
Just wondering.
And I don't know if you've tried to open one of our Wink #1 packages, but although it's child resistant, it's sometimes adult proof as well.
Really?
Is that right?
No.
I would hate to fight to get into that Congolese.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, there's one on my, I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, I do know the packaging. Yeah, it's really hard actually.
A lot of people think you have to pull up, and people have broken fingernails.
That's the pre-roll packaging, right? Is that the pre-roll packaging?
Yeah. It's the creative case. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're difficult.
So once you know, okay, because you popped it open quite easy.
I've had lots of practice.
Yeah.
So when I sent my own weed, this is not something we should, when I sent the weed to Vegas in the mail, I sent it in that. Well, smell proof, child proof, safe. If gotten the wrong hands, well, ended up with postal workers, and it never.
And apparently a little bit adult proof too, right?
It's Vegas proof too. It never made it to Vegas.
Oh man.
Well, I shouldn't be doing that anyways. Continue.
So what's new? What's coming up for 2020 for you?
So we're super excited for this year. We now have 10 products in the market across all 3 of our brands. We're in 5 provinces. We are working with 6 licensed producers. And I think we're really looking at Cannabis 2.0 and seeing right now with the data that we do have, what's going to do well. We're looking into vapes, we're looking into edibles, and looking into just a better way to streamline a lot of our processes too, because as you know, we're not a licensed producer. Right. We are LP agnostic. We work with many LPs to help fulfill different parts of our supply chain. So we're looking at 1, potentially consolidating some of our efforts there, or 2, looking into co-packing solutions for ourselves.
It is exciting.
Yeah, no joke. I like it.
I like that it's a woman at the forefront. Whatever. Cannabis.
Thanks,
seriously. Cannabis is the plant. The one that we love and celebrate is a female plant. And I think it's really important. And look at what's happening. There's a charitable component. She's clearly beautiful and intelligent and kind. And I mean,
she's a powerhouse.
Sorry, Lester, but
she's a powerhouse.
Take a seat.
I take a seat. I know. I was disappointed, but I have to spread the news. Yes, she just got married. So.
Oh, did you just get married?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, we had a New Year's Eve wedding. Planned a really amazing party for our friends and family. Of course, there was. Everyone made a joke that it was a weed-inspired wedding.
Was it a weed-inspired wedding?
Were available.
Oh, congratulations! That's awesome.
Definitely big congratulations. Yes.
Yeah. My sister won the. She made a speech, and it was like very self-deprecating to herself, and just how she's always compared herself. to me all throughout growing up. And now look at me. She's like, look at me and my life, and look at my sister. She's selling dope.
That's actually really good.
Yeah. I was actually very nervous. I wasn't sure where she was going with the speech. It felt very bad for her. She like had examples of how growing up she would have to wear hand-me-downs, and my shirts were her crop tops, and all of this. And then it ended with
and now she sells dope.
Yes, exactly.
How do your parents feel about the industry that you're in?
How do my parents
feel?
They're very supportive. I feel that they are happy to know that I'm doing something that I love. They've always been pretty supportive of what I've chosen to do in my career. I also think, so they are refugees from Vietnam. They also, there's a bit of a language barrier. So sometimes I don't know if they fully understand, but again, very supportive.
They know you sell dope on a very high level.
Oh man.
Legally,
yes.
I love it.
So after Montreal, where to next? Where are you headed? What's like for expos or events?
So what's on my list? So March is actually a very busy month because, as you know, Jackie, it's International Women's Day is coming up. So I've got a few panels that I will be speaking on throughout the month of March. But first week of April, I'm looking to go to Hall of Flowers, which is down in Palm Springs, California. We are looking at exploring the market in the US. And for me, it'll be a trip to learn about what brands are doing well, what companies are doing well, why they are successful, doing, the typical diligence before we potentially make a move into the US market.
It's really different in the US. When I was in Arizona, I toured a hemp packaging facility, and they had childproof packaging and compostable packaging and stuff. It was really cool, really neat. Then I went to over 60,000 square feet grow, and they were Earl Cup winners of their diamonds and their rosin and their whatever. But to see the actual science behind it all and go in the labs and the big machines, and some of the machines cost just under $1 million. Like, it was crazy, these things. Like, anyhow, it was really fun. And the rules and the laws are so different than, like, we're suit up. I've got goggles on in Canada with police clearance before we go, no pictures. And then this is like, come on in. Do you guys want to stay afterwards for a barbecue? And they were literally skateboarding from one side to the other. Yes. Even like they were on skateboards. It was really cool. And they had a shop right inside for like office, like their shirts and stuff you want to wear during the day, like their employees. They all encourage like a barbecue together and lunch together. It was just, it's kind of how I think cannabis should be. It's a little under lock and key right now. So you'll love it. And Hall of Flowers, you'll love it. You have a fabulous time.
Will you be there yourself?
Well, we're talking about it. I have my family has a condo about an hour and 25 minutes from there. So we've been discussing.
Is he all right?
So he's fine.
Sometimes he just does that. He just like, you got to check on him, shake him to see if he's okay.
I've traveled a lot, so I think he's just being a suck.
He's missed mommy.
We've got an office dog too. My dog comes to the office every single day. He's just sitting at my feet now.
What kind of dog? What is he? What kind of dog do you have?
He's a golden Bernedoodle.
Oh, doodles are smart.
So
that's a big one.
Doodles are really smart.
Yeah.
Very smart, very chill. Just the perfect dog to help all of us when, this industry gets pretty stressful.
Oh boy.
We just lie down and cuddle with him on his dog bed at times throughout the day.
I can imagine an attractive, intelligent woman heading up something that you deal with your fair share of stress coming at you from all angles.
No doubt.
I mean, because as soon as she walks out the door, she has to prove she's worthy for this position, and she has to prove that her knowledge is power, and I think what she knows is that's
done. She's done that from
I think she got proven
the company before, because you've done from $1 million to almost $4 billion transactions. Correct?
Yeah, I think the one transaction I did was about a $14 billion transaction. So that was in the pharmaceutical space. So.
Yeah, you're a big baller.
You're a big baller. Good for you. I love it. And you're giving back to charity, and they have an office dog, and they're doing cool shit.
All around solid company, solid people. Trang, you are very gracious the first time I met you, and you still are.
Are you,
Lester,
are you going to be at
thank you
Alpha
so
Women?
much.
Are you going to the Alpha Women event in March?
I believe it's on my list.
Okay.
Will you be there?
No, I just
You got to make time now.
last night they asked me to be a speaker, and while I was away, I sent them a really nice letter to say that I'm focusing on Cannabis Wiki right now, and I'm trying to devote we've got a lot of stuff going on here that I really, really, I mean, but it's a huge event. I looked at the list of speakers yesterday, and they said they had 4 or 5 more to name, and it's huge. So, and it's not really about cannabis. It's about women empowerment and women in business and women entrepreneurs.
It's a good thing because for me, myself, being inside the cannabis business, it's definitely a strong power of women coming through, being able to do what they do. I'm lucky enough to work with one for sure. And my job allows me to meet women like Trang and many others who are very strong, will-minded women that are kicking the shit out of business.
Thanks, Lester. I think it's very important in a new sector, a new industry like ours, that we start it right from the very beginning and fight for equality and use this platform to make sure that this industry is around for a long time. And if it is, that also women have a say. I would say I would hate to see this go where, a lot of where mining went or even financial services and many of the well-established industries where just in the past few years, now they're only starting to think about getting women on boards or in leadership positions.
Right.
So for me, it's very important that if I could take this and use it as an opportunity and pave the way for many others behind me, then I've done my job.
Well, you're setting a great light for people to follow. That's for sure.
I'm following.
Well, you're your own story. Never mind. So you've got your own light, lady. Like I said, I'm thankful to be working with you. That's for sure, Trang. If you could tell our listeners one bit of advice, what would you give as a businesswoman? What would be the best piece of advice
in the cannabis space?
Sure.
Turn off your Twitter.
Yeah, I would say that just go for it. No ideas are bad ideas. No questions are bad questions. I think this is a space for everyone to have an opportunity to play in. It is still a little bit of white space, lots of opportunities for everyone of all genders, all races, all levels of experiences to get involved. And if people are interested, to just go for it and take the risk.
Church.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thanks for visiting us in the green room.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having me and the opportunity to tell your listeners about TREC and about my journey.
Hey, everybody needs to know because it is a good journey, that's for sure, and a great company with great people behind it. I like it very much.
If she can get stuff done in Jamaica.
Oh, I love it.
There were some times where I didn't know if I would be able to accomplish what we were set to do or make it back safely. But I'm here.
But I'm here.
Hey, those are the things that make the journey that much better, right?
It's fun. Once you're home safe.
Always. So guys, you know where your cannabis talk is always fresh and a little bit
sticky.
Keep it locked to Cannabis Wiki, the green room, and we're out. Peace.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.